Oh, we're in the middle of Lent, and we're thinking about, what are we doing? What sacrifices? And I didn't dare ask the server and lector what they're doing for Lent, because they might not have the answers. When I was their age, we always gave up candy. And the funny thing is, when I was their age, my mother said that when she was my age, the priest said, don't give up candy, because the people who make the candy will go out of business, and you'll deny them their livelihood. Then when I got to my parish in Arlington, there was a very wonderful woman, a senior citizen, who I told her had a lot of money. And so each Lent, she and I would have a bet. And the one who lost the most weight, or more weight, would pay the other one $1 per pound. And so my motivation was to lose weight to get $1 from Florence. And I usually won, but that was good, because then the doctor is always telling me to lose weight. So anyhow, this year I received a clipping from a bulletin down on the Cape from a friend there. And instead of doing all these things that we start out on Ash Wednesday saying we're going to do, and then we get tired or overwhelmed and we give up on it, maybe we should think of something realistic. And since so many of you are at home and not out doing too much, there are things, though, that you can do from this little suggestion that might help make your Lent more rewarding. So it says, Lent is a season that calls us to fast from discontent and to feast on gratitude, to fast from anger and to feast on patience, to fast from bitterness and to feast on forgiveness, to fast from self-concern and to feast on compassion, to fast from laziness and feast on commitment, to fast from complaining and to feast on acceptance, to fast from lust and to feast on respect, to fast from prejudice and to feast on understanding, to fast from resentment and to feast on reconciliation, to fast from lies and to feast on the truth, to fast from wasting time and to feast on honest work, to fast from grimness and to feast on joy, to fast from suspicion and to feast on trust, to fast from idle talk and to feast on prayer and silence, to fast from guilt and to feast on the mercy of God. We aren't going to accomplish all these things, but we can accomplish some of them. And maybe when we listen to the gospel this morning and we see that this person who wasn't a member of the Jewish community asked Jesus to take care of his son, and he was told to go home, his son would be okay. And the soldier believed Jesus. Where so many of us would say, well, I want to see it. I want to see it right now. And he saw it when his slave came up and told him when his son got better. So Lent isn't over yet. We might have started out with many wonderful ideas. Maybe some of you are being very successful in keeping these things. But we want to improve ourselves a little bit. And when we listen to these possibilities, each one of us has a situation where we could improve and make our lives more rewarding and maybe the lives of others around us.